Okay, now we will see how to do that program for writing and reading data from an external storage device, that is from SD card memory. Okay, so I have done this and kept it ready. Let me open program 13. So first let me run this application and show how it has to work. After that we will go to the explanation part. Okay, so this is the user interface. You have an edit text where whatever data you are entering here, when you click on this write data, it has to write the data into a file named myfile.txt. That file should be written to the SD card. Okay, so let me type it as welcome to SMBIT write data. So you can see the toast message here, it says data written to SD card. So we have kept one button here clear. When I click on this, the contents of the edit text has to be cleared. Okay, it's cleared now. So now when I give read data, your application has to read the contents of the file named myfile.txt from the SD card and then display it in the edit text. So if I click on read read data, you can see the same content is fetched from there and it is displaying it here. Okay, so this is what is the functionality expected out of this program, that is you should write file to SD card and then read the data from the file from the SD card. So as a simple application, this is how the functionality is implemented. Now there is one more way to check whether the file is created or not. So whenever you run a virtual device instance here, you will have the files associated with this virtual device. To see that, you have what is called as device explorer. So you can see here on the right hand side, I am just placing the cursor over it. You have what is called as device file explorer. So click on this. If you click on the folders and the files associated with this particular virtual device instance will be listed here. Okay, so now if you go, you can see here you have a folder named SD card. Okay, under this, if you see, you have a file named myfile.txt. So this is just to confirm that the file named myfile.txt is created. You can see here the date of creation also 19/1/2022 to 23 is the time of 236 is. Let me open the file. You can see the contents of the file. It says welcome to SMBIT. Okay. So this is the other way for checking that the file is created. So now let me close this. Coming to the explanation of the program, like there is no specific extra classes has to be created. So as usual, you can start the project. You will get one activity underscore main.xml file created, one main activity.java file created. So let us see what are the contents of the file. See, in the interface we have three things. One edit text for the user to enter the data for writing to the file, three buttons. Okay, one for writing data, one for reading data, another one for clearing the contents of the edit text. Okay, so you can see this is the content of the activity underscore main.xml. Coming to this manifest file, this application requires special permission because you have to write data to the SD card memory, write file to the SD card and read data from the SD card. Okay, that is external storage. So for this you need a special permission named write external storage. For writing data to that and for reading any file or data from that, you need read external storage permission. So these two permissions are included here with the help of users permission tag. So these two permissions are to be included. Next is this is your main activity.java file. Okay, so you can see here we have to, from our interface we have to define on click event for write, read as well as clear. So created reference variable for the 3 buttons, and we have to fetch the data that is entered into the edit text, right? And we have to clear it when we click on the clear button. So a reference variable for edit text is also created. we have defined one function to check for the permissions, whether the application has got the permission to write, that is external storage device, to read data from that or to write data to that, whether permission is there or not. To check for that, we are using this function. We are using 2 integer variables. We are calling this check self permission. This check file permission method we have discussed with respect to program number 6 also already, right? So this check permission function takes 2 arguments. First is the base context, second is the permission, right? So it checks whether the application has got this permission or not. So if the permission is there, it will return true. So same way it is checking for write external storage permission. If the permission is there, this also will return the value as true. That is integer means it will be 1. So now we are checking the value of these 2. So this read, if the value is permission granted, and write if it is permission granted. Actually these are predefined constants, defined available under package manager class. So if the value for this value returned by the functions are permission granted, then it means to say that it has got permission for reading as well as writing. So what we have done, we have defined a function named is read write storage allowed, which returns a boolean value depending upon the permissions it has. So how we have written, we are checking whether it has got reading permission, whether it has got writing permission to external storage device. If both the permissions are there, it is returning a value as true, otherwise it is returning a value as false. Okay, so this is your on create. So inside your on create, after set content view, we have to write whatever code we want. So first we are linking this reference variable E1 of the edit text with the instance with the help of find view by ID. Button with ID button, we are linking for write. Button with ID 2, we are linking for read. Button with ID 3, we are linking for clear, because we have labeled them in such a way that corresponding functionalities are performed. So as usual, defining on click listener for them. So inside on click listener, on click method. So first what we have to check, so this is write, right? So we have to check whether it has got write permission. If it has got write if it has not got write permission, the application has to request the permission from the user, right? So you are checking the permissions with the help of this read write storage allowed method. In case if it is returning false, it means to say that permission is not granted. In that case, you have to request for permission. So we have discussed about this request permissions method also already, right? So request permissions method is used for requesting the user to grant certain permissions for the application. So whenever you install some Android applications, it will ask you, right, to grant permission. You will get an option, grant, allow or deny. You will say allow, right? So that is through this request permissions call. So first argument is the context, base context. Second argument is a string array. Okay, so you can use this request permissions method for requesting permissions more than one. Okay, that is why it is a string array. So you can request for more than one permission, and all the permissions has to be passed as a string array here. So in this example we are requesting for reading external storage and write external storage permission. So those two are passed as argument here. And third argument should be true, that is the permission has to be granted, so you have to specify the request code as 1 here. Next, so the user will be entering the data whatever has to be written to the file into the edit text. So that text has to be fetched first. So e1.getText will fetch the text that has to be converted to string, and now we have this string named message having the contents that has to be written to the file. Okay. So in Java file handling we would have studied. So you have to follow the same procedure as in Java for writing data to the file. Okay. So first thing is you have to create a file object. This file object will take a string which is the path of the file. Okay. So now we have to, I have just shown you in the device file explorer that you have a folder named SD card. Inside that we want to create a file named myfile.txt. So we have to pass this path of the file as string and create a file object. Okay. Now with this object f, if you with this file object, if you see, these are the methods that can be called on your file object. So you have a method named create new file, which is a method in Android for creating a new file with the specified path what you have passed as argument with this file object. So this will create a new file and link it with this file object. Next, you know, like with file objects you cannot read or write directly, you have input and output streams associated with them, right? So whenever you want to write data, you will have a output stream associated with that. So the data whatever you are writing through your program, from the program it will go to the output stream, from the output stream it will be fetched to the file, it will be returned to the file, right? So you have to create a file output stream object, link it with this file object. Now using this file output stream, you have methods for the stream object. Write is used for writing a string. Okay. So take the string, get bytes method is used for getting the bytes from the string, and that bytes will be returned to your output stream. This output stream acts as an interface between the file, right? So from the output stream it will be written to the file. So once it is done, it has to be closed. Okay, so now it is successfully written. So I am just displaying a toast message to say that data is written. So toast dot make text is for creating the toast message. First argument is the base context. Second argument is the message you want to display. Third argument is the duration for which you want the toast to be displayed. So you have two possible values, length underscore long, length underscore short. So we are giving length underscore long. Then this you have to call this dot show method for displaying the toast. Okay, and you know, like whenever you are dealing with any input output handling or file handling in Java, that has to be included inside try catch block. So this piece of code should be included inside. In the sense you have to include exception handling mechanism. So this is included inside the try block. So in case if any exception happens, that error message has to be displayed. So that is handled with the help of this catch block. So toast dot make text, same procedure. So here whatever actual error has happened, that message I want to display. So E is the exception object, get message is the method for fetching the actual exception description. So whatever error is generated, that same error can be displayed here as a toast. So this is with respect to on click method of the button write. So when you click on this, it will open the file, create a new file, create a file object, create a new file with that name, create a output stream object associated with that, and then write the data that is entered by the user in the edit text. Once it is done, it will be closed. If any error happens, it will be handled by the catch block, it will display the corresponding error message. Okay. Next is for reading data from the SD card. So we are going to read data from the same file whatever we have written. So again, defining on-click listener, defining on-click method. So now from the file whatever I am reading, I want to store it as a string, and then that string I want to display it in the edit text. So declaring string variables. So I am just checking for the permissions. We have already defined a user defined method. Is the read write storage allowed? If it is false, it means to say that permissions are not there. So you have to request for permissions with the help of activity-compat.request permissions. So as usual, same method description we have seen already. So we are requesting for both the permissions. Next, what you have to do now, you have to open the file and read the data from the file. So whenever you want to read the data from the file will have a input stream associated with it. So you have to fetch the input stream associated with it. So create a file object, passing the path of the file name, fetch the input stream associated with it by passing this file object. Then whenever we want to read, it's a practice to use buffer reader and input stream reader in Java, right? So create a buffered reader instance by passing input stream reader instance using the file input stream reader object. Okay. So now from this buffered reader, read the lines of the file one by one. So read line, it will read one complete line of data. Whatever line is read, that will be updated to the string named buffer. So once nothing is there in the buffered reader, it means to say that the complete file has been read, processed, and it is stored in this variable named buffer, string variable buffer. So after that, what we want, we have to display whatever contents we have read from the file. That has to be displayed with the help of the edit text. So method for that is setText. So e1.setText of buff. Later you have to close the buffered reader, close your file stream object, then display a toast message to say that successfully you have read the data from the SD card. So use toast, create it, display it. In case if anything goes wrong, again because it is file handling and reading writing data using input output streams, it has to be included inside try block. So include catch block. This is used for displaying the error message. So again error message can be fetched with the help of get message method with the exception object. So if anything goes wrong, the corresponding error message will be displayed with the help of this toast. Okay. Next what we have done, we have kept one more button named clear, that is used for clearing the edit text, right? So set on click listener for that, define on click. Here what we have to do, we have to just clear, like you make it empty, right? So we are setting the text as empty string so that the edit text is cleared, so that next time when the user wants to enter anything, it will be available. Okay. So this is with respect to the program for writing data to SD card and reading data from the SD card. Okay.